Welcome to the Pacific Northwest. We're in Portland, Oregon for the final WCC women's basketball regular season game here on the campus of the University of Portland. There is much to play for with Senior Day for the Pilots and the WCC regular season title on the line for the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Earlier, though, in Corvallis, LMU in overtime, and Angela Matic, the game-winning three. And that solidifies a share of the WCC title. She says night-night to the Beavs, and now they'll await the winner of our next game. As you take a look at the standings going into today, there was a tie at the top between LMU and Gonzaga, but that win elevates them above. And so now the pressure is on for the Zags here tonight. And hi, everybody. So glad you can be with us. I'm Krista Blanc alongside former Cal Bear, Leja Clarendon. And Leja, wow, what a finish to the regular season. And so if you are Gonzaga, a little extra pressure tonight, what do you have to do to get this win?
Oh, my God. You've got to get through this Portland squad who's so defensive-minded, gritty. They're tough. It's not going to be easy. You've got to take care of the basketball. You've got to handle the pressure. And most importantly, you've got to dominate inside. Yeah,
well, and if Portland's going to pull the upset, they got to find a way to slow down Lauren Whitaker. She's one of the best in the nation.
Absolutely. There's a reason why she leads the entire conference in points, rebounds, and field goal percentage, and it's because of her strength and her ability to do her work early. She's going to constantly get back to that right hand. It's in the scouting report 101. It doesn't matter because she's so good at her counter moves. She can also step out and knock down the three.
And for Gonzaga, the head coach, Lisa Fortier, in her 12th season, and her team looking for their 4th regular season title in a row. They've either won or shared the last 3, and they got 20 of them looking for number 21, but got to get the win tonight in order to get the share. And I think for LMU, big win today. As you see, Michael Meek, the head coach for the Portland Pilots, he's in his 7th season, and it is senior night. He took part of the title last year, tying things with Gonzaga for the regular season, and a young squad, a very different looking group on this senior day. Only a couple of seniors being honored. And so they're hoping to maybe pull the spoiler and get a little momentum going into the WCC tournament. And there you see Natalie Fraley. And it's just been a sad situation for the senior. 15 games, 3 starts, Leja, and went out with the knee injury. But she's going to get a start tonight. They're going to go ahead and give her one here on senior day. I like it. Both teams in agreement with that.
You love to see it. Injuries are a tough part of the game of basketball. I've been through them. You've been through them. We all have been. So it's nice to see that camaraderie amongst the teams to just give her that moment.
Yeah, it sure is. And so we obviously wish her all the best. But great to see her in the white number 10 uniform. And tip up. They're going to give it to her. She'll sit it down, and a turnover will be assessed. But I think great sportsmanship for both sides and getting some love.
Big round of applause. And for Portland, you hope that's one of few turnovers you have for the night. And you're going to need all of those offensive possessions for this very defensive-minded team.
No doubt about it. The senior out of Kelso, Washington. And so Diana Ananiev is going to come in to replace her. Redshirt sophomore, leads this team in scoring and is a very, very scrappy defender out there. Away. Share of the title on the line for Gonzaga, needing a win. If not, LMU would have it outright. And you see the double team on the interior, but the travel call, they're going to say too many steps for Lauren Whitaker, and so tough to figure out how will you defend a player like Lauren Whitaker. It's on every team scout.
You crowd her, you bring bodies. Portland worked on that for 30 minutes in shoot around today. It was all defense. It was how do you trap in full court pressure? How do you bring rotations? Coach had them stop and do it again and again and again.
Yeah, Coach Meek, you know, he really builds his team around defensive-minded players. And this year, after graduating 5 key scorers and seniors from a season ago, he's like, now we got to find some scorers to go along with the defenders. Second effort, though, the offensive rebound by Spear. Oh, make them pay. The 3 ball is good. Ananiev with the bucket. And then the takeaway. Full court pressure, defense to offense.
That's one way to do it. Get O boards and second possessions and then use that defense.
Excellent start for the Pilots. Second meeting between these two teams. They met up back on January 10th. And the trap coming out. Whitaker, great hands, dishes it off. And another hand in the passing lane. Dallow. Here's Anderson, little fader around and won't drop. But you can see the emphasis of defense creating a lot of what Portland wants to do.
Clear scouting report defense. Trap, hedge, do not let Turner get going either, and make number 33 pass the basketball.
And finally, though, they get it inside. That's Whitaker. But 3 straight turnovers prior to that make for Gonzaga. They've had some games where turnovers have been a problem.
Absolutely, and they're a team who averages 17 assists a game, which is amazing, but they cough up the ball 17 times as well.
Yeah, the first thing that Coach Fortier told us today, you have to take care of the ball. That's the biggest key. Don't give up opportunities to Portland. But Portland, one of the toughest teams defensively in the conference, as the shot clock down to 5. The lefty drive, just not able to get the angle for Dallas. Whitaker, versatility, and she brings it all the way up. A fader in the paint, pretty. Lauren Whitaker, the redshirt freshman.
Well, it's Lauren Whitaker. You have to stop her, but you've got to stop the ball. That's basketball 101. Stop the ball first. No one can score without the ball, but we see her ability to bring it up.
All 4 of Gonzaga's points to start this. Aggressive drive in the and one. Ryan Mogul getting into the action. Pilots working it around to a variety of players.
Whitaker right here showing us those ball handling skills, ability to turn and spin, finish. That's nice for a post player. And then a great take here, using the contact. I stay on the rim the entire time. That's how you get the and one.
Foul on Inesh Betancourt, her first. And the 3-point play is completed.
This is the trap that Portland worked on the entire, a big chunk of shoot around.
Trying to slow down what Gonzaga wants to do. The shot from Betancourt just missing, and it'll go to Portland.
Coach Meek talked about how they're lacking some rim protection with some injuries, so they've got it. They cannot play in the half court with this Gonzaga team because they will dominate inside. So they've got to speed them up, they've got to turn them over, and there you see a quick shot that they force the Zags to take.
Yeah, several injuries. They've had players kind of in and out of the rotation. Not a steady starting lineup, but a beautiful shot there. The grad transfer from SMU, Nicole Anderson. And here comes the pressure again. Continuing to force Gonzaga into this half court with the shot clock, and it's a 6-0 Portland run. Whitaker feels it out, Hupke coming over, and the swat down. Collision on the opposite side. It's going to go against the Pilots.
See right here going into Whitaker. She's going to get back to that right hand. She uses that Aaliyah Boston elbow so well, getting back to that strong, dominant hand.
Foul on Ananiev, her first. And there you see the national freshman scoring leaders. Naomi White, Lauren Whitaker in the number 3 spot. Just incredible. Aaliyah Chavez at Oklahoma as well. Aaliyah Davis. It's pretty impressive in your first year to come in and dominate the way that she's been able to.
Yeah, hasn't had a ton of playing experience coming off that injury, so she's a little bit older, but still, this is her first real shot getting opportunity out there.
Redshirted last year with the meniscus injury. This is the second 1 for 2 from the line. An 81% free thrower. He won't go, and now Zags want the push. Defense getting back though by the Pilots. And this high hedge really trying to keep them away from the bucket. Pressure D, almost the steal there. Betancourt, a little bit flat. Whitaker cleans it up.
And that's always the side effect and the possibility to happen is Whitaker down low, because before that, Gonzaga did not even get the ball below the free throw line that entire possession.
It's Portland 11 and Lauren Whitaker 7 for Gonzaga. She has all their points, and now she'll step out behind the 3. Had a good look and trying to clean it up on the weak side. That's Jaden Hale who's checked in. Freshman out of Fargo, North Dakota. So foul gonna go on Dallow.
Great job by Hale there, getting position. The box out starts as soon as the ball goes up. She's already driving her lower body into the defender.
Foul on Dallow, and the second on the Pilots. Now it's gonna put Jaden Hale, freshman. Really impressive offensive rebounder. That's something that Coach Fortier said she really likes about her game that she's brought in this first year.
And that's something, there's so much focus on Whitaker, right? So you find your spots, where can you make a difference on this team? And she's found her niche.
At the mark on the free throw, Tiffany Barbosa's checked in, number 7 in white for the Pilots. What a game she had in their last one with the start. Career high 19 points. Tough loss to Pepperdine just a few nights ago. Short for Mogul. Both teams really different looks from a season ago. I mentioned they tied the regular season championship, but very different looking squads and younger squads. Has not given up on that one. The putback is good. And finally, somebody other than Lauren Whitaker scoring. That's Taylor Smith.
Yeah, a lot of turnover for Portland. It's graduated a big class. So that's the reality for transfer portal for various reasons. A lot of squads this time of year, or this day and age, are having to figure out how to perform with new teams every single time. And Coach Meek talked about how excited he is about that class he has coming in next and some youth that he can build with. Yeah,
keeping the core and knowing you're going to build off of it. And even Coach Fortier said, you know, it's different energy, right? Just a fun energy, fresh energy with this group. So that was a good look there. And the box out not there for the Pilots. Another chance for the Zags.
Yeah, there's a lightness with them, with the youth, with the newcomers. They don't have necessarily the trauma or the baggage of what it means to play for different squads, where maybe you were in or out or on the bench. There's a lightness and a levity.
So an 8-0 run now for the Zags, and they take their first lead of this one. Up by 1, down by 7, just a little bit earlier.
Great cross screen.
Beautiful look inside, and that allows the full court pressure again.
That's better offense in Portland. The possessions where they're dribbling the ball and Mogul takes a shot and there's not the ball moving side to side, those are the ones they want to avoid.
Pilots needed that one. They were on a bit of a scoring drought, and the layup will go. And a jump ball, it's going to stay at this end. So Portland regaining the lead in the first quarter with 3:52 remaining here on the home court. Women's hoops highlighted by 5 top 25 teams and 3 rivalry matchups. It's number 12 Duke, number 21 North Carolina. They get it started at noon, and then number 5 Vanderbilt and Tennessee. And the afternoon's capped off by number 11 TCU hosting number 18 Baylor. Beautiful evening here in Portland, Oregon. I'm so glad you could be with us. Krista Block alongside Leisha Clarendon. I love this time of year, Leisha. The final regular season games, seedings being determined, all kinds of fun things.
You've got that buzz energy for that March is right around the corner.
Yes.
It's like Christmas and late winter, early spring.
That's right. So what's at stake here? A share of the regular season title. LMU a win earlier at Oregon State. They're waiting to see, will they win it outright or will they share it with the Zags? And for Portland, they want to stay. They'll stay in that 5 spot if they can going into the WCC tournament. March 5th through the 10th in Las Vegas at the Orleans Arena. It's going to be a fun one. There's been so much parity across the board. Lots of tiebreakers having to be being figured out right now.
I feel like we needed an entire whiteboard with strings trying to figure it out earlier.
I sure do. Close one here. Portland on senior night. Obviously want to finish strong and bring some momentum in. But that's a great breakdown of the defensive pressure and a player underneath the bucket. And you don't want to see that with Portland. So down underneath, Nicole Anderson, grad student.
Oh, a little bit of friendly fire from your own teammate. That's always tough.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But good to see her walking, and hopefully she's going to be okay.
And on that possession, Gonzaga did a great job. They slipped out of the trap of the double team right away and then found the player down low. So you can see they're starting to figure out, all right, if you're going to bring 2 to the ball, we're going to counter you quickly.
Making adjustments as you go. That was something that when you have young teams, we talked to Coach Fortier about that for Gonzaga. She said, yeah, that's still a learning process at times.
Yeah, she said not too bad, and she also took some ownership in the coaching staff of like, we got to make sure we're ready for these in-game adjustments.
I mean, 2 straight years she's had 5+ seniors and grad students, and now suddenly you have this large freshman group and a couple of transfers, and you got a lot of new faces. As there's some big D by the Zags, forcing the shot clock violation.
Yeah, you've got to adjust, right? When you've got that senior squad, when you can leave them out on the court and they can kind of figure some of it out themselves, versus when you've got this younger team and more new players, you really have to sometimes be a little more hands-on.
Inbound for Gonzaga. Official's going to confirm it. And the coach is wanting a little explanation. So they're going to take a look at it just to make sure. They called it a shot clock violation, I thought. Did it touch the rim? Did it not? Let's see if we can. You know, maybe at the last second I thought it did just a little bit, because the ball changed its trajectory just a little bit. Officiating crew tonight, Scott Osborne, Felicity Willis, David Arden, the trio on the floor taking a look. This is a good one to take a look at.
Because with Portland getting possession of the ball too, that'd be important if they were actually going to be able to get that rebound.
Yeah, good point. But a good start for the Pilots. It's exactly what you've got to do if you are going to be a spoiler tonight and get the loss to Gonzaga. Let's take another look. Ooh. It's really hard to tell, but I feel like the ball almost stopped for a second as it maybe just barely grazed the iron coming down, but not completely
You see
evident.
Barbosa with the possession there, so that's important.
Yeah.
But this Portland squad defensively has held Gonzaga 0 for 4 from 3, and we know this is a squad who can absolutely light it up. Allie Turner can get extremely hot. She knocked down 9 threes, so they've done a really good job with their scouting report in this first 7 minutes of the game.
Gonzaga coming in off of a win against St. Mary's. St. Mary's, it was a close game, tough third quarter, but then a big fourth quarter. But you said it, they're the second in the nation in three-point shooting. They come in shooting the ball at 39%. They lead the conference in that category. But the Portland defense, one of the best in the conference in multiple categories. You see the numbers, and they're showing it tonight.
Yeah, there's 11 steals a game right now. They've got 5 points off of those early turnovers. They've got rim protection behind the ball with those blocks. And you can see with their tenacity, their attention to detail is one thing. We're going to talk about it all night, because at shoot-around, I was amazed at the amount of time they spent and the depth of scouting they did.
So a good review for the Pilots. They get the ball back. They said it did hit the rim. And so they pitched 20 on the shot clock, but the shot clock was not moving. Foul call on Allie Turner. And that would put Ella Zimmerman to the stripe, sophomore out of Redondo Beach, California. Gives them some scoring on the interior. Players that have come back that were role players maybe last year behind a lot of seniors now have had to try to elevate their game in a lot of different ways.
Absolutely, more opportunity comes more pressure, but I've been a bench player before. You want more playing time, and then you get it, so you've got to step up, right?
Speaking of pressure, this pressure defense in the trap. Watch this trap in the corner.
Full court right there. Great job, wide hands forcing to the sideline, nowhere to go.
Really exceptional fundamentals, and the pressure continues. Gonzaga able to break it finally, just under 3 minutes left, first quarter. And again, trap out high. For Portland, you know, Gonzaga's had some problems with turnovers, so why not bring it? They just have struggled with their lack of depth, as they're down the lane is good. The bucket for Turner.
And that's the good thing for the Zags. If you can handle that initial pressure in the first 10, 15 seconds of the shot clock, you can get layups in the back end.
And Turner found it, the sophomore out of St. Louis. She's averaging 14 points a game. She was the WCC Freshman of the Year last year. And just misses. Kuso into the game. Z, the junior. And then on the interior,
beautiful. The hesitation, spin back, the fake spin allows her to get past the defender on the baseline.
Portland needs a bucket, one for their last 7. Just under 2 minutes left, first quarter. side. Barbosa gets it. She's still got the hot hand after the career high 19 the other night and 5 threes.
And she was open for about a minute there. She was spot up ready for her teammate asking for the ball from Zimmerman. She hunted that shot.
Tied up once again. Gonzaga. They've hit 3 of their last 3.
Right here on the baseline, the crossover, and then this little hesitation. Oh, that's nice. That's how you get on the baseline right here. That switches hands with the dribble, completely turns her body and head, freezes the defender just for enough time to get free.
Transferred in from St. Mary's. She was the WCC Freshman of the Year in 2024. So back-to-back Freshman of the Year honorees.
And perhaps they'll have another one.
That's a possibility. Sierra Lichty's checked in for the Zags, 4 in navy blue, but the Pirates looking to push. They're tied up. It's been a good first quarter, both sides. Lauren Whitaker, there's not much she hasn't done. She's broken pretty much every freshman record that Gonzaga's had. She's going for some of the others now on single season records. Pretty jumper, Nicole Anderson with the hoop.
Nothing's happening in the offense. Create your own shot. That nice sidestep left. Anderson can really get going.
She certainly can. They drive, no good. Whitaker trying to put back, and instead it's into the hands of Portland. They'll get out running. They're on a 6-0 run, trying to add to it here.
Pilots are on the run, and they did a good job not fouling in this possession before that. Got out and run, and then get to the free throw line on the other end. It's so vital you don't foul down there. Make Whitaker finish the basketball through contact, through their length. That's one of their strengths, is using their length and their aggressiveness.
And it's paying off. To the line, Lainey Spear, the junior from Portland, Oregon. Foul on Betancourt, her second. That is not what you want to see if you're Gonzaga. That should feel good.
It is what you want to see if you're LMU watching.
You got that right.
That's why you take care of the business you can take care of. LMU took care of what they needed to do earlier today.
That's right.
And then Gonzaga has all the power and control to take care of what they can do now. They don't have to wish for anybody to lose.
You're right, in their hands. Portland trying to be the spoiler. This first quarter's winding down. 5-second differential, shot clock, game clock.
Got a 1-4 flat.
Kick. Taryn Gardner will have the inbound, the sophomore out of Spokane. So 13.4 on the clock. Kuso running the point. Little knock to the floor. Can they get the shot? Turner. Oh yeah, shooter's touch at the last second.
Finally got free in the corner. Turner beating the clock, finally free. She's been at the top, but being hounded all first quarter. Heaves it going right. A bit of a sigh of relief for her to finally get one off.
No doubt. Her first 3 of the game, 5 points for her. And they're going to take a look at that one, but for right now, it's a 2-point lead, they'll say, for Portland after quarter number 1. Got the second for you after this. First quarter in the books, and the 3-point shooting has been a big difference, Leja, in this one so far.
Absolutely, when they take care of the basketball, move the ball side to side and are patient, and then you have players like this, Anderson, who can create their own shot, are really important. And that's why they've got a 2-point lead right now.
There you see tonight so far, first quarter, 4 for 7 to Portland. They average about 7 threes per game. They've also gotten to the free throw line, which has also helped them. And how about 0 for 5 shooting behind the arc for Gonzaga that first quarter? I mean, like I said, second in the nation in 3-point shooting. And I think some of the pressure by Portland has really caused them some problems early.
Yeah, because they're not in rhythm threes, good quality threes that Gonzaga wants to take with those 17 assists. They know how to find them, and that's why Portland is doing everything they can to stop them from getting those rhythm threes.
See what kind of adjustments can be made. Will they start off by forcing the turnover? And so 4 turns for the Pilots. Lichty with the inbound. And out guarding Alice Turner. Whitaker guarded by Zimmerman. She stays in to start the second quarter. And now hands in the passing lane and the takeaway. Long Euro step and around and good.
Beautiful move. Way to take your time on that Euro. That length.
5 points for Anania. 4-point lead.
And I'm glad they didn't call the travel, because sometimes when players do that in slow motion, that's been an adjustment in the women's game, is that like that's not a travel. Those are slow steps, and it's still a 1-2.
Yeah, officials really looking at it and making sure. There's Whitaker getting her composure. The reverse up and under, good.
Portland wanting that offensive foul with that high elbow, but Whitaker does a great job of using her body to get to where she wants to go.
7 points, 4 rebounds. That is 19 points a game and 10 rebounds a game. Hit 22 in their first meeting back on January 10th. Diallo looked like a good shot, but off the mark. A tough competitor. Coach was talking about Flo Diallo. Didn't play last year out with the ACL injury she had sustained the end of the season prior.
He said she's one of those players who's in the gym, wants to get better and grow constantly. He's like, what next? How can I improve? And that her fierceness and competitiveness really brings it for this Portland squad.
You love to see it, and you love that competitiveness as her shot won't go. But good hustle to save it off of the Zags.
In the passing lanes, you see right there, and getting out. These are those slow steps, 1, 2, and the wide hook finish. She didn't even quite need it because of all that length.
Redshirt sophomore out of St. Andrews, Australia. 10 games last year, was out for the remainder though, had a shin injury. And so they missed her, but they've gotten her back. She tops in the conference in steals. She comes in with 66. Now you got to give her another one there.
It's rare when you look at a team and then you see 1.4, like when you look at this roster for Portland, the amount of steals of multiple players average.
Yes. Big area of focus for the Pilots, and defense is #1. And 5th turnover, though, forced upon them there.
They're in a run and jump right now. Don't even need a ball screen, just going to trap Turner and get the ball out of her hands.
Paige loafing into the game, trying to run point, but the D again, Diallo. And she was being held up, they'll say, by Lichty. Yeah, it's going to go against Lichty.
Right here, using that inside hand. Great job, the length of multiple of these Portland defenders. Yes. It's giving me a little bit of nightmares of playing those kind of players who, if you do not hold off every single time you go to catch the wing entry pass, they will run through it.
And they're missing 6-foot Natalie Fraley, the senior. They're missing Aubrey Heron, who went out after 3 games, the 6'1" freshman. They're missing so much length out there. And now they get another outside jumper to go. Another 3 ball and 8 points for the redshirt sophomore, Ananiev.
Ananiev has made a clear impact coming into this game. It's extremely felt off the bench. She's got turnovers, she's gotten on run. We saw that beautiful finish from her, and then knocking down the outside shot on the inside out movement.
Lisa Fortier's team got to find a way to get past this pressure and handle the pressure. And again, the defense, almost another takeaway, but they'll say travel after the fact. But the hustle by Flo Diallo, such a competitor.
And what Portland's doing is they're switching up the defense so you can't get in rhythm. At first they're trapping, hedging Turner, so then they slip out of it. Now they're just running, jumping her. So it's that ability, that chess game right now that we're seeing both coaches in.
And for a semi-young Gonzaga team, those are tough things to kind of make adjustments to in real time. They look it all the way around. The shot from loafing, no good. All over the offensive glass, but they throw it away, and that's what Portland wants, to force Gonzaga to speed things up.
That's a good example of, like, even when you don't need to be sped up, you're already in a faster pace because of what this Portland defense is doing.
That's exactly what Coach Meek talked with us about today.
That they have to do that. They have to speed this squad up in order to give a chance to win this game.
Now, over a 2-minute drought for them, and they have been forced into 3 turnovers in it. Up top, good look. Anderson, no good. Batted around. It's going to stay here. They're going to say, there's Dallow crashing the offensive glass, and she gets fouled in the process. Going to go against Okuso. Second team foul on Gonzaga.
That's a great example of Dallow's impact. Offensive rebounding, of course, is about knowing where the ball is going to come off, but a lot of it is heart and hustle and that effort and energy to chase down the ball.
Julia Wilson's going to check in for the Zags. 5'10" freshman out of Temecula, California. 3 in blue. Cut into the lane. They kick it out. There's Dallow. Not a good look and trying to box out, but they'll say too much and too aggressive by Jaden Hale.
And you got to credit Lainey Spear for attacking the offensive rebound. She's the one who draws that foul because of her relentlessness on the O-board.
They've given Dallow just 1 rebound so far, but she's coming up the career high 15. How about her line in the game against Pepperdine? 15 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists and 5 steals. I mean, career highs. And I mean, no player has done that since the 2000s or before the 2000s in conference play. At the other end, slow to get up. 8 turnovers now on Gonzaga. And Portland works it across the lane and good. The layup. 9 points. Diani Ananiev. And Lisa Fortier wants a timeout. It's a 7-0 Portland run. And she's got to make some adjustments right now.
Got to take a moment, take a deep breath to get her squad settled, because Portland right now is turning so much of their defense into offense, sharing the ball in rhythm.
And the ESPN app is capped off by the best hoops rivalry on the West Coast. 9th-ranked Gonzaga and St. Mary's at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. From Moraga, Zags, or Gales, they have won or shared the WCC regular season title for the last 25 years. It's got the same vibe on the men's side as it does on the women's side, Lisa.
A lot on the line. It's that time of year where every single minute counts, every possession counts.
Certainly does. A close race on the men's side in the WCC, and on the line tonight, a share of the title for Gonzaga, but right now they are having some struggles. 3-pointers are falling for the Pirates, and they're getting it done in a variety of ways, but their defense has really forced turnovers and taken away opportunities.
And they've done such a good job with their defense in the second quarter that Gonzaga's only got 3 shot attempts compared to the 9 shot attempts for the Pilots.
Foul on Dallow. It's going to be her second, so she'll take a seat. Zimmerman comes back in with the length, the full court pressure. 4 turnovers in the last 3:35 for Gonzaga.
8 for the game total. They got 14 points. It's almost half of their points have come off of their defense and offense.
A lot of points created for Portland. Off of the turnovers. The kick, so reset.
See Allie Turner kind of hit her hands down a little bit of that frustration, like, God.
Wilson, the freshman, with the play call up top. Whitaker, one-on-one, high to low, lost her footing, and a whistle after the fact, and this crowd not in agreement. Zimmerman said, how did that happen?
She did a great job. See the defender pull the chair right there. And that happened earlier in the game, too, where they're doing a great job of pulling the chair on Whitaker so she can't use her physicality to get contact. I don't know if the foot got her on the trip or not, because the trip is a foul, but...
It was on Ananiev, actually, who had come over, and maybe because she kind of swatted the arm down, but I didn't think she had gotten contact there. But
that could have been a review. That might have been a good opportunity, but you always worry about those timeouts in late game situations.
Second foul on Ananiev. Good chance for the Zags. Turner. Multiple defenders right there. There's Whitaker, and she's stopped.
Great job not fouling. Show her bodies, but do not put her on the free throw line.
Portland has been very composed. Other than that high screen right there, it's going to go the other way. But Portland's D's been spot on.
It's been swarming, and it's been the constant rotations and multiple efforts, and then not fouling at the end. And then you get out and run.
Foul called on Ella Zimmerman. And a third team foul. Hale's going to take a seat for the Zags. Taylor Smith back on. And the pressure continues, trying to force turnovers on these inbounds.
We don't keep deflection stats, but
Yeah.
I'd be so curious to have them because the amount of times that Portland's getting their hand on the ball, and it's grating as an offensive player to constantly have the ball tipped. Another deflection right there.
Really impressive hustle. I mean, these are hustle plays that they're hard to teach, but this group has bought into what Coach Meek has been teaching.
And Turner did a good job of using her body. You cannot let the defender get around.
Scoring drought for the Zags over 4 minutes. And the foul call on Mogul. Her first, team's fourth. 4:50 left in the first half. Largest lead of the game for the Pilots. So much of it has come with their pressure, creating it. Smith looking for Whitaker. Kicked out of play. It's going to stay with the Zags. 4.5 minutes. They have not scored. Tough quarter. Very low scoring really for both sides. 9-2 is the scoring differential, but just 2 points for the Zags with 4:30 left this quarter.
They're not in rhythm right now, and they're not in flow, and you have to give so much credit to this Portland defense because they're changing things up. They're staying aggressive. They've not tired so far. We'll see in the second half if they drop in that energy, but the intensity, they have kept it up, and if not turned it up at times, even from the beginning of the game.
Well, it's something they've wanted to do all season, but because of injuries and lack of depth at times, they have not been able to. We haven't seen Julia Dalen yet. She's one of the most impressive shot blockers out there. She's missed about a month or more with a low right leg injury as Whitaker misses the iron on that, so another stop by the Pilots.
Forcing the shot clock violation. That's what you do in practice. You play the drill until the end. They make you sometimes play the 24, 30-second clock. Credit this Portland defense is putting on a clinic right now, a shell drill clinic.
Gonzaga gonna try to apply some pressure, and it works. Not able to get it across midcourt, so they force a turnover.
Give Portland a taste of their own medicine there, right? Get them out of their rhythm because right now Portland's got all the flow, the rhythm. They're knocking it down from three. Zach's trying to find something to just switch up and throw them a little off kilter.
Work there. But turnovers and the scoring drought. 5 turnovers in just about 5 minutes. Not scoring for the Zags. Whitaker. And they're going to call it travel. Just one too many steps. I think she was maybe thinking about dishing it down and decided to take it on up. But again, just this defense causing problems.
Yes, and you see where she caught the ball is almost the three-point line. Again, that entire possession, they're forcing the Zags. They cannot break that free throw line. They need to find a way to get the ball below the break.
10 turnovers for Gonzaga. 7 of them have come this quarter. That one's going to jump out at Coach 48. I'm sure at halftime, her team has to take care of the ball. They're averaging about 17 turns a game. And Portland's forces about 20 a game.
And you don't want to compound your lack of offensive scoring right now with fouls on this end, because then you give Portland another chance to get in rhythm, get high percentage shots at the free throw line.
Fouls on Lauren Whitaker, her first. Puts Lane Spear to the line, a junior from Portland. Played every game last year, about 5 points a game. Again, players elevating this year, averaging about 9 points a game, so needing more from her. Her mom, Kristen, played here at Portland. Impressive defender, and her daughter's taken up where she left off.
It's in the genes.
It is. Largest lead of the game for Portland. Almost a steal there. Whitaker, one-on-one, and too much turning with the elbow. They call it on her.
And Portland has been asking for that call the entire night, and they finally got it. Good job falling. Sometimes you do have to make sure you fall to draw the foul, help the refs out. It's not a flop.
Yep.
Whitaker does lead often with that elbow. Doesn't hit her in the head and that above head contact, but she does lead with it.
7 turnovers for the Zags in the last 6 minutes. And a body bump at midcourt. They're going to get Akuso on that one.
I like the Zags turning up the pressure. They just need to do it without fouling. Find that balance between pressure and don't let the frustration turn into the compounding fouls. This is the moment where it can be hard with the younger team because you want to see that squad come together and huddle and say, take a deep breath, we're good, we're not playing very well right now. It's still a winnable game, right? But this 3 minutes matters because you don't want to go into the half down 15-17 versus going down 10-8-7 if you can make a run.
Yeah, great point. 9-0 run for the Pilots. 3:10 left this half. 11 points and trying to add to it for Lainey Spear. This is the second. And good job boxing out by Wilson. And now finally maybe an open look at the other end. Oh, the Zags got the layup but could not finish. And that was Jaden Hale. A foul call on the offensive board. They haven't had many opportunities where there hasn't been a Portland Pilot player there with them.
No, and even on that fast break layup, there was a trail of bodies coming and energy, and that just shows you how sped up they have had this Gonzaga team.
It's the first free throw good for Taylor Smith, the junior from Pocatello, Idaho. Foul was on Lainey Spear. He gets the free throws. Boy, that ends a 6-minute drought. Much needed scoring for the Zags. I'm with you, the pressure, they're very capable. Much more depth on their side. And the ability to do that as the shot from Barbosa won't go.
There you go. Here's the start to potential run for Gonzaga. Get a stop, secure the rebound.
And not allowing the Pilots to set up that full court pressure is a big plus. Batted around and into the hands.
But that's the shot they want to give up. We watched in shoot around today where Coach was saying, back up, right? We give them that mid-range shot. We don't want them to have threes, and we want to protect the paint. So credit to Portland again, sticking to their scouting report is they will let the post players stand out there and shoot that. They'll let Hale have that shot.
Now you're right, they're executing perfectly. We talked about it in the open. We said, what do they have to do, right? They have to slow down Whitaker. And they've done a nice job. She has 7 points. She's averaging 19 a game on the season. Quick three, and it won't go for Turner. She can shoot it out there. Allie Turner, she's had at least 1 3 in every single game this year, except 3 games. She's remarkable, shooting at 46% behind the arc.
Makes over 2.5 a game.
0 for 7 tonight for the Zags. This is just uncharacteristic. And they're, again, second in the nation out there in shooting threes. And they could use a field goal at the other end, but they're gonna have to get a stop here. This second quarter winding down, under 2 minutes remaining. Galloway back into the game, kicks it out to Mogul. Good look. Trying to keep it alive, but it comes up to Taylor Smith. On the trail, the handoff. Wilson with the layup, and she gets fouled. Is going to go to the line.
That's how you get downhill. Hard fall there out of bounds.
Did. Good hustle.
Zags outrunning.
Couldn't get it to her teammate, and so Wilson will go to the line. Freshman from Temecula. big scorer out of Rancho Christian High School. The 28th game on the season, so getting some minutes this year in the first season. Off the mark there, Dallow with the board.
Zach's throwing his zone here.
No field goals in over 4 minutes for the Pilots, so a bit of a drop for them, and now some defense trying to create some offense, and it does. Julia Wilson.
Wilson, great job. Portland getting a little lax with the ball in that zone, and Wilson does a great job of shooting that gap.
That was the first field goal for the Zags since the 9:07 mark of this quarter. They needed it. And now some pressure of being applied, paying off.
How do you change momentum? Turn your defense into offense. Give them a taste of their own medicine. Wilson making it happen.
At Shields, we're runners just like you. We understand the dedication it takes to rise before the sun. Our experts are trained to share their knowledge and help you push limits. Whatever your goals may be, we'll find your perfect fit from training to race day. The road ahead is calling. Let's run together. Shields, come run with us.
Hey, fellas, you didn't get the memo? All the stuff that you hate about printing, it got fixed.
With the HP All-In plan, get a new printer, automatic ink delivery, 24/7 support?
Everything is different now.
I'll take that.
No one has to know about this, right?
No, that's why we did it in a field.
Back inside Child Center here in Portland, it's senior night, and the Pilots trying to pull the spoiler over Gonzaga. Mr. Blank, Clarendon with you. This first half winding down, and Portland's really stuck with their scout, and it's worked. But Gonzaga's adding some pressure. They made a little push here late to try to get a little momentum at halftime.
Keeping it a game and getting it under 10, that's the idea. When you're down big in the first half, you want to get it under 10 so you can have a deep breath at halftime and regroup.
Yeah, down by 11 just moments ago, and they whittled into that deficit. As Dallow with the spin move, can't get it. Turner with the play call, looking for a high screen. And the finger roll is good.
Beautiful step through around the big.
She's got 6 points. Second quarter winding down. Another chance for the Pirates. Almost the bank, but no good, and that will do it. Little momentum for the Zags, a 7-0 run to take in here at halftime, but a lot of things to go over.
Great response through a tough first half where Portland was just imposing their will defensively with so much tenacity and length.
Forcing turnovers, 11 of them to the Zags, 16 points off of them. They've been scrappy here on Senior Day. Halftime inside Child Center. We've got more to go over when we return after this. Halftime in Portland, Oregon, and the Portland Pilots trying for the upset over the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Got a good one here, up 33-29. Crystal Blanc, Leja Clarendon with you, and it's all really started with the intensity of the defense by Portland, Leja.
Absolutely, they are sticking to their scouting report. Number one was slow down Turner and Whitaker. How do you do that? Take the ball away from the team so they don't get a chance. Rebounding, they're only -3. They've done a great job with their traps, shooting the passing lanes. They've slowed Whitaker down extremely. We saw her early on throwing that weight around, using her strength down low to get touches, but they have not made her look easy. She's had to work for every single bucket she's got tonight. Averages 19 points. She's sitting at 7 right now. 0 for 1 from 3. They're making it tough.
Yep, they certainly have. And they said they want to slow her down. I would say that they have. And then you can see she gets called for the offensive foul. Finally, Portland was able to get a whistle to go their way there.
Forced her to turn the ball over on the travel. You're not going to stop a really good player like her. What do you just try your best to slow her down, make things tough, make it sticky. You see Gonzaga's 22 points in the paint. That's the one thing they have done a really good job of, is dominating down low.
They have 0 for 7, one of the best three-point shooting teams in the nation, and being held scoreless out there. 5 makes for Portland. That is a big, big plus. They average about 7 a game. The paint's been pretty good, though, for Gonzaga. They've been able to take care of some business inside. As you see, double digits for Lainey Spears. She's the only player in double digits right now on either side.
Gonzaga did a great job responding to finish that half, too. With that 7-0 run was much needed to keep this game in a good striking distance.
Yep, they were down 11 points just a little bit before that, but the 7-0 run, and they were able to cut into it earlier today, just a little bit south in Corvallis. LMU on the road against Oregon State pushes it to overtime, and Angela Malich, oh, big three that gave her team the lead with the clock winding down. And what a
I love the Steph Curry night.
I love it.
And then point to the ring finger.
That's right, because they've got a share of the title. You see the standings. They were tied up with Gonzaga coming into today. They've now gone above. So this game matters for Gonzaga. If they want a share of the title, they're going to have to get this win here tonight.
It's that time of year. Control what you can. Control your own destiny.
We'll see what adjustments the Zags can potentially make, and we'll see if Portland can keep the same intensity up. Third quarter underway. Again, several injuries to this Portland team, and they've had a lot of different lineups over the season, and so being able to full court press an entire game has not been an easy task for a team that doesn't have a ton of depth. As Gonzaga gets the first points of the third quarter.
Gonzaga handled the pressure well, and you can get layups.
And turnover to Portland, so not the start they want for this quarter. That's their 10th turn. Smith with the last layup. And there's Turner. She's been pretty quiet tonight.
She's been backpedaling at half court all night, just handling the pressure.
She's got 6 points, so just 14 a game. Finally connected on a 3 that last quarter. Oh, beautiful movement without the ball. Whitaker right there.
Okosu, great pass down there.
Ties the game up. It's a 4-0 start to the quarter for the Zags. A little different focus for them coming out in this one.
You've had an entire half to handle the pressure, feel what it's like. You know, coach was back there drawing up something that you needed. Right here, just so much poise. See Turner kick the ball out quickly and then find Whitaker in the back end. Whereas before they were passing it to her more on the short roll. They've got her all the way to the rim there.
I'm with you on that. I felt like the end of the second quarter, Gonzaga was starting to figure out the pressure a little bit more. They went on that run, and now you're feeling it completely here to start this quarter. So adjustments made by Lisa Fortier and her staff, trying to get her team back in this. Free throws. Give the lead back to Portland. Perfect from the stripe. She's got 8 points. There's some of the trapping pressure that, as you can see, can cause some problems. And knocked off the leg of Whitaker. Active hands. That was Anderson. It was Anderson that got it started, I believe. Around and won't drop. Dallow trying to clean it up with the defense with the takeaway.
Gonzaga playing a bit more scrappy now on the opposite end than we saw in that first quarter, especially.
Whitaker trying to lose the D, and we'll get an and one. Good patience for her. 11 points, and we'll try to add to it.
Continuing to carry on that momentum shift that we saw at the end of that second quarter. Whitaker's so strong down there, and if you're gonna foul Mogul, you've got to foul. You've got to do the like wrapper up foul. This is that cheap ticky-tack and one. You don't want those.
And the assist from Betancourt, one of the most experienced players, the senior from Portugal, the transfer from UConn a couple of seasons ago, as off the mark on the free throw, but Gonzaga keeps it alive, crashing the offensive glass. The foul call is going to go against Betancourt. That's going to be her third. Second team foul. It's tough to see. You want that experience. It's a pretty young team, and we didn't see her much in the first half, and now she's going to take a seat.
That would have been a helpful ball handler in the first half.
Julia Wilson will come back in, freshman. Had some good play, though, in the first half as she came in. Some good defensive stops. So now full court pressure from the Zags.
I like it. Turn it up. We're going to give it back to you.
I know we think so much about offense, right? But defense has been the big key tonight, especially for Portland. Gonzaga's trying to hand it to them as well.
I mean, defense sets my heart on fire. I know Debbie Antonelli loves to say, shoot till your arm falls off. I'm like, defend your heart out. I want to see stops.
I mean, you were capable of shooting until your arm fell off, but you also brought some defense.
But there's like a mentality about defense that like gets in the offense's head, and there's such a will and a grit about it that it all comes from inside.
And we've certainly seen it from the Pilots tonight, as that one just doesn't fall for Turner. Pilots trying to push. Skip across. Naniev just missing. And it's going to stay with Portland when Zags 0 for 8 behind the arc. All tied up.
Portland's got some good looks from 3 early on. A little maybe sped up in transition, but easily ones they could knock down.
Whistle and a foul on the inbound. Goes against Taylor Smith. 13 foul, her first.
Both teams adjust to how it's being called in this third quarter. We're seeing a bit of a hack fest here early on.
You gotta adjust to see how they're gonna call it. Dallow. And she gets knocked down, but you see Taylor Smith saying, watch what happened before I threw her to the court.
And Coach Fortier talked about this play in shoot around. She said, Dallow's just gonna throw you off. You have to be ready, and watch what she does on the back end. It's a swim move. You're right here isolated, there's no backside help, and she just swim moves her defender. That's one-on-one, mano-a-mano. You have to stay on the inside.
So 2 quick fouls picked up by Smith. And now 14 fouls already on the Zags. 7:20 left. And the drive on the left side is good. Spear with the bucket. Great start for her. 13 points. As Turner on the attack. Hey, if the threes aren't going, find some scoring.
And she didn't have 2 people on her, so she can score one-on-one. Finally getting loose again. Not many times tonight, but she does a great job once she gets Ananiv on her hip, continuing straight downhill, avoids Dallow right here with that rip through, tucks the ball a bit, and then finishes strong.
Tough one for Dallow, the body bump. That's her 3rd personal. And Turner to the line, a sophomore out of St. Louis. Started every single game last year as a freshman, had the single season record, 105 made threes, and tonight, 9 points for her. 105 made threes. It's a solid season. She's got 79 of them on the season so far this year. They're pretty.
Beautiful guard-to-guard handoff action.
10 points for Nicole Anderson. Grad transfer from SMU, spent 4 seasons at LMU. The ACL injury, had to sit out last year. And made her way to Portland. Good decision on that read, but the pass was off the mark for Whitaker.
And Whitaker does the point, the my bad. That was just one of those you wish you could get back.
13th turn on the Zags. Whitaker's going to get a breather.
But what Portland is doing is trying to turn, not trying, they are forcing Gonzaga's post players to become the decision makers instead of letting their guards pick them apart. And Whitaker's a willing passer and a good passer.
Yes.
But that's a lot more pressure for your post to always be playing almost a point guard position.
Yeah, good point. Aggressive drive, but the defense was there, and a double fist bump from the floor for Jaden Hale, who just came into the game. You draw a charge, you got to get the double fist pump up.
Absolutely, and especially coming right off the bench and putting your body on the line. She slides over, saves the possession for the squad. That's how you win games and continue to shift momentum.
Just barely on her tippy toes getting there. If she had stepped that foot out, I think they would have gone the other way. Good spear on that one. Drive on the baseline. Spear gets fouled. It's going to go on Zimmerman. That's her 2nd. So it's actually Taylor Smith to the line for Gonzaga. junior from Pocatello, Idaho, transferred from Weber State this year. One of 4 transfers, new players in for the Zags. Clips them both. 8 points for Taylor Smith. And the lead back to Gonzaga. Some trapping pressure from the Zags as well. Anderson kicks it out. Barbosa, swish.
Gorgeous offense, handling the zone, handling the press, getting the ball side to side, great back cut, and then finding your open three-point shooter. Anderson making things happen multiple times. She's involved in those last 2 plays.
Steal on the inbound, and it leads to more scoring. Portland and Anderson, 12 points for Anderson.
Great offense. Watch the back cut right there, and then when your help side comes, find your open shooter, and Barbosa has been hot. And then another possession right here with that constant pesky defense that we've seen the Pilots are not letting up at all.
Well, they certainly aren't. 5 team fouls on Portland to the line. It's Alcuso, foul on Mogul, her 3rd. Free throw good for the junior out of Amarillo, Texas. Transfer from St. Mary's, all WCC honorable mention last year. She has started every single game and gets the free throws.
Now, Kuso did a great job pushing pace, right? That bucket was scored by the Pilots, and she's already going the other direction. Now, that's how you stop pressure, is don't let them set up, even on a made bucket.
It's been good as of late, connecting on the last 4 straight. And a foul on the baseline is going to put Zimmerman to the line.
Right here, Zimmerman down low. It's turning into a battle of the paint, and who can make free throws, who can take more contact. We're seeing fouls on both sides. There's a clear emphasis. 3-point shooting, not necessarily what we thought it would be tonight from both teams, but the battle of the paint, absolutely where it's going down.
You're right, find a way, right? Taylor Smith gets her 3rd personal, and the first free throw good for Zimmerman, sophomore. Gets them both. 26 games last year for her. She's got 4 points. She's at her average. And the trap continues. Whitaker brings it across. Was trying to post inside behind the back. Pretty! And in one opportunity with a nifty play from Z Alcuso.
Alcuso shifty. We saw it in the first half there behind the back. And then the floater before the help side can come over, before that shot blocking of Zimmerman right here. The floater so quick, does not give her time to get in position.
Zimmerman trying to get there and set instead. Picks up her 3rd personal. Alcuso with the 3-point play. And another turnover. Portland losing it out of bounds on that one. Ben Smith, who just come in, will take the timeout. 4:57 left. We got 1-point lead for the Pilots over Gonzaga. Part of it is the drought behind the arc for this incredible 3-point shooting team, Leja.
And what the Portland Pilots have done is held them to 8 attempts, which is really impressive. They're not even letting them get off threes, let alone, of course, make them. That's such a low number for this Zag team.
Sure is. 2nd in the nation behind UConn, shooting at 39%, and tonight 0 for 8. Trying to find other ways of getting to the line now. They're attacking a bit more on the interior.
Doing a great job of attacking the paint and not letting their defense set up quite as much.
Strike continues from Portland. Trying to break it, and Whitaker says Heineman is open all night. Finally, an open layup.
As long as you can get it out and take care of the ball on the backside, good things can happen for the Zags. But that pressure wears on you throughout the game.
It certainly should. Yeah, 13 for Whitaker. Barbosa hit one earlier. Had a good look there, no good. Gonzaga 3 for their last 3 field goals. Whitaker trying to post inside again. Alcuso in the travel and pressure, and she drugged the toe. 15th turn of the game for the Zags.
Portland is so good behind the ball. Not only do they trap with an intensity, it's the people behind the ball. You have to have such a level of trust to pull your defense that high. They rotate constantly. Even when they give up a couple of those baskets to the Zags, you saw that last possession, they rotate extremely well.
Whistle and a foul, gonna go against Alcuso. Hey, our Saturday Hoops Mania over on ESPN and the ESPN app is capped off by the best hoops rivalry on the West Coast. 9th-ranked Gonzaga and St. Mary's at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific from Moraga. Zags or the Gales, they've won or shared the WCC regular season title the last 25 years. That is a good one. Seeing the same kind of situation on the women's side with LMU, the win earlier today. They know they have a share of the conference regular season. Will Gonzaga get this one to share it with them, or they could potentially get their first one in a long time since 2004? And breaking the pressure, Betancourt with a pretty shot.
Nice to see Betancourt out on the floor because that's what she can do with that experience.
Lead back to the Zags. And that's a beautiful look. Good ball movement. Ananiev with the three.
We saw Naniev had a big first half for the squad on the defensive end, getting out and making things happen. We see her there spotting up and knocking down that three.
She's in double figures
on
now.
Cue, the defense.
They're going to wave off the layup, though. They'll say she got fouled before that, but what a
I need
play.
to know her wingspan because she sits at 6'1", but her arms and that length has to be much wider than that.
Let's see what you think. Is there continuation? Yeah.
No, there was a dribble afterwards.
There was. Great play, though.
Doesn't matter, though, because they got into the bonus so early on because of how well Portland attacked. So either way, she's going to the free throw line, and that's been since, what, the 7-minute mark?
Yeah. It's a tough one, too. Ines Betancourt picks up her 4th personal. She had just come back into the game, and now with 3:31 remaining, third quarter, she's got to take a seat. And
it's been
it
a
just had the
frustrating
bucket.
night.
Yeah, tough night for her. It's out of bounds for Portland. I think they wanted the continuation here.
Okay.
They're getting involved. Three players for Portland in double figures, and Aniev's one of them, and she adds to it. She's got 13 points.
It's like, I'm going to get my bucket one way or another.
That's right. Almost a turnover. Mogul's going to come back in. Barbosa's going to take a seat. 8 points for Barbosa and a couple of threes. Zags trying to bring it across, and a blocking foul on the Pilots. A little too aggressive on the trap. Third personal.
And Turner does a great job here drawing the contact, trying to get out wide on that hip.
Yeah, I think it's a good call. Foul on Spear. That's her third. So a lot of free throws the rest of the way. Both teams have been in the bonus with 3:12 left.
When teams pressure, they're trying to get you to backpedal and get on your heels. So what Turner did there, a good job of it. What she's been trying to do all night is get around that hip, but when you can attack and use that pressure against them with physicality, she's not the biggest player out there, right? We know Whitaker wants to use that physicality, but that's a way to counter it.
Both free throws good for Turner. She has 11 points. Zags bringing some full court press. On the baseline, just missing for Ananiev. Low post, Whitaker and Hale in there, and she'll go high to low, banks it up good. A little body contact even, but the finish, and now 15.
The rare drive left, too, still finishes with that inside right hand over the length of Zimmerman.
For help D. Maybe getting a piece of it. Zimmerman can't clean it up. Tied up once again. Turner loses the D, sticks it. Allie Turner, the sophomore, she's got 13.
As much as they pressured her, she's found such a good player, has found ways to get loose, and then she's capitalizing when she does get those looks.
Yeah, it's not been easy for her tonight. Pretty look there, but Anderson no good. But another chance thanks to Ananiev.
Ananiev bailed Portland out right there. That was not a great shot, but what Gonzaga's doing a good job of here is attacking the basketball, attacking the rim, excuse me, taking the ball inside. Turner there just attacking right there off the closeout. Finally, a good open shot from her. I think we've seen only 3 or 4 clean looks for her tonight.
Whitaker's going to get a breather. She just picked up her 3rd personal. Barbosa back on for the Pilots.
Portland needs to be careful in getting rushed and taking quick shots, quick threes. They still want to be aggressive, but take high-quality shots, because now if the Zags start to pressure them, they can get sped up a bit on the opposite end as well.
First free throw good. And that stops the 6-0 run that the Zags had going. Gets them both. Trying to track. Cuso breaks it. Gets it. The composure lost the defenders and had the open look. She's got 9 points. And the lead back to the Zags. It's like a chess match. It's every single possession, both sides have been making adjustments. Portland could use a field goal though, 0 for their last 4. Minute 28 left, 3rd quarter.
They haven't been able to turn their defense into offense quite as much, because when the Zags start to take care of the ball and get high-quality shots, that's nullifying Portland's offense.
It's been a very different feel each quarter of this game, but much more scoring in this one compared to the 2nd quarter. Work it around, the shot from Spear, no good. And Dallow trying to save it, but off the end line, it'll go the other way. Flo Dallow, the redshirt sophomore from Auckland, New Zealand. She's been in double figures quite a bit this season, 14 times coming into it, and has not scored tonight, but 6 rebounds, an assist, and multiple steals in the game. It feels like she could be the leading scorer with the effort that she's given out there.
Absolutely.
Oh, and the swat and the takeaway. The block for Ananiev.
Dallow's going to give you that heart, energy, effort every single time she steps on the court, regardless of if the ball is going through the basket for her or not.
You're right about that. She's averaging 10 points a game, but it doesn't matter. Barbosa, almost the offensive board instead. The Zags will push. Skip all the way across. Turner, a little bit short on that one. Maybe another chance. Well outside, loafing. Too many chances for the Zags, and they make them pay. First 3-pointer of the game for Gonzaga as the 3rd quarter's winding down.
I didn't think we'd be saying that in the 3rd quarter. First made 3.
Wow. 0 for 9 prior to that make. And that one's short for Barbosa. Bodies to the floor. And that will do it. 3rd quarter in the books. High scoring. How about 31 points for the Zags? And they've got the 5-point lead with 1 more quarter to go. Will they share the title? We're going to find out. Pilots not giving in, though. Don't go anywhere. 1 more to go here in Portland. Both teams really that quarter, but it was a lot about getting to the free throw line, being a little more physical. And Lauren Whitaker, first half numbers compared to just her 3rd quarter, she came to life.
A big reason. They've got 40 points in the paint on the game, and 18 of them came in that 3rd quarter.
1 more quarter to go, and it has begun into the hands of the Pirates, trying to be a spoiler and stop Gonzaga from sharing the conference title. The Zags take it away. 15th turn of the game on Portland.
Zags have done a better job in the second half of turning up the pressure, forcing some empty possessions from Portland.
Out of bounds, it'll stay with the Zags. They had 11 turnovers in the first half and just 4 in the last quarter. Yes, they're taking care of the ball a little bit better. They've also applied that pressure, kind of turning it around. Some of what Portland's been bringing to them. Baseline jumper good. Taylor Smith with the bucket. And she's in double figures with 10.
And then we've seen them handle the pressure better, settle in and get those looks. It's not always to the rim. We've seen that kind of short roll or finding people on that backside.
The largest lead of this game. That one will go for Nicole Anderson. Bosa getting a start this quarter. Came off the bench and then forcing a turnover. Catching the sideline. It'll go the other way. Good D from Barbosa. 16 turns for the Zags.
And I'm thinking back to watching them do that defensive drill and shoot around where they mirrored the basketball at the very end, and he called out different matchups and different scouting report numbers, and every single player guarded based on that number.
Yeah, they worked on that drill. We should have had a stopwatch going because they just continued to work on that drill over and over, all the defensive drills. Paying off tonight, though. They've been in this.
They've been in this purely because of that defensive effort.
Yeah. Foul called on Smith. That's her 4th. It's 48. Trying to keep the team's chin up. They've made some good adjustments. Big third quarter to take the lead and hang on to it here. Trying for their 21st regular season title. They've won or shared the last 3 in a row. Trying for 4 if they can get the win here tonight. It's a big step for her program.
And we asked Coach Fortier, why does she still do it after all these years? And she talked about loving Gonzaga, loving the program, the type of players she gets here, loving coming to work every day still. She's like, when I get to the point where I'm not enjoying showing up, it might be time for me to move on, right?
This has just been an incredible experience for her as breaking the press and getting the layup. That's Whitaker now with 17. And she's had 11 20-plus winning seasons, 10 in a row in her 12 seasons, by the way, as a head coach. She was an assistant for Kelly Graves, the all-time winningest here, and she needs just 6 more wins to pass him as the all-time winningest. Can't say enough of what she's done in a fairly short amount of time in a lot of ways. I'm sure 12 years for her probably feels like an eternity, but nonetheless.
We asked her if she knew how close she was to Kelly Graves, and she said no, she wasn't paying attention to that.
She did not know.
But you've got to be a competitive coach, right? For that many years to keep showing up over a decade and keep wanting to have that bar of excellence, and what she's done across, 12 years is
really
extremely impressive. And now to do it in this new day and age of the portal, she did it through COVID, right? Where you're having 5th and 6th year seniors and multiple transfers, and now in an entirely new landscape that everyone across the country is navigating.
You got that right. Yeah, it's really something. Talk about making adjustments. She's making adjustments in that regard as well. And here comes the full court pressure after the free throw's good. The foul was called on Lipke. Zags thought they had it instead. Just hand out and take away. And that's a tough one off the leg of Ananiev.
And Turner tried to pass around Spear, but that leg, she just reached down and grabbed it. We can't underestimate. I need like a graphic next time of just the wingspan of all of these players.
And the length that they're missing again with some injuries this year, I'm excited to see this core group. And there's Barbosa. Just the hands up. Big defense, though, from Lichty. Got the takeaway, and she gets fouled in the process. Wow, big D on both sides.
Defense on display here. We're talking about the length as Barbosa steals it. But one of the things that Portland struggles with as much as their defense is their weakness is their offense, right? Getting that flow, getting people who can just come out, score a bucket one-on-one. Coach Meek talked about knowing this team is more set up defensively and knowing offensively we're going to have some struggles, and we're seeing that right now with them not being able to convert some buckets.
Down at the other end was on Barbosa, her first. That one I'm not sure if it was partially touched on the shot from Loping, but the takeaway by the Pilots. one here.
That would have been big.
It sure would have been. Raising the iron. Anania. 15 in this one. And losing her footing, Wilson to the floor, and the takeaway for Portland. Oh, how about the hands of Riley Turner there? Almost knocked it off of Portland. It'll stay, though, with the Pilots.
You can see Portland's energy dropping just a bit, like that fatigue of playing that type of pressure basketball that they play. In the first half, we would have seen them sprinting out for an easy bucket, but you see Spear there giving all the energy effort she has left, but you could see the tank just dropping slowly for this Portland squad. They're digging in, but they are human, right?
You're right. Dallow's shot just won't go. You're right. They forced 4 turnovers on the Zags in the last 2.5 minutes, but that takes a lot of energy to do that, then to be able to convert, right, and go down and score.
And some open threes that we saw them make in the first half, but just aren't falling now.
Yeah, not as much depth, but Anania, another block. Trying to push the pace. Mogul, the junior, Valley, Oregon. Barbosa high to low. Oh, the quickness, but just not able to finish.
Leaving a lot of points on the board in the paint, right at the rim.
Minutes without a score for the Pilots. Turnovers the last several possessions for the Zags, not giving them looks.
So one-on-one, and you've got a 3-4 player slash Whitaker out. A little ticky-tack. Oh, I don't want your help up. I'm good.
Right?
I'll take the competitive spiciness. We need that. We love that in the women's game, right?
I love it.
We've grown a lot on the women's side of letting us have a bit more of that spiciness.
Whitaker's like, all right, whatever. She seems pretty chill.
She's like, cool, yeah.
Very calm personality. I was like, eh. A lot of excitement in this Portland area for other reasons too. Some of the Portland Fire staff members. The new addition this year to the WNBA. It's really exciting to see the expansion. It's been a while. As this one's just continuing to be a defensive juggernaut. As we see Betancourt coming back in. She's got the 4 personals. Been a really tough game for her. 4 points, 4 rebounds, a couple of assists, but the fouls have kept her on the sideline. 20 turnovers for Gonzaga now. That's what Portland forces on the season to their opponents. 5.5 left.
Zags in a zone. They've been switching up their defense as well.
Skip all the way across. Dallow wide open, and finally her first points of the ball game.
Much needed, and it cut it to 4. It's still a ball game, but it felt like the basket was so small for Portland for a minute there.
8th made 3 of the game for the Pilots, only 1 for the Zags. Turner uses the D. Got a good look. Second effort paying off. Jaden Hale with the putback.
Big offensive board for Hale.
She's got 7 points, back to 6-point lead. It's making the extra pass. Dallow just hit 1 moment to go. How about back-to-back 3 balls for Dallow?
Getting the ball moving, breaking the press, being calm and poised, moving the ball side to side, and then it's gonna happen. You just gotta hang in there.
1 possession game.
We talked about Dallow's scoring wasn't there, right? She had been doing all the other right things, and then finally
trying to work it in. Instead, the turnover. Lichty got it knocked away. 21 turns for the Zags. Giving up 23 points off of them.
#1 key to the game was take care of the basketball.
Yeah, it has not been easy. Dallow, can she make it a triple? She can. 3 threes in a row for Dallow.
Woo, it's a heater. We call that a hot pocket.
It's a hot pocket. It's a 6-0 run, and we're tied up. Aggressive drive, and it's going to be Alcuso to the line.
And Alcuso's done a great job attacking, but Dallo does not matter. She's put Portland back in the game, knocking it down from
Dallo scoreless through 3 quarters, and she has now come to life in this one, Leja.
What's bringing it on the defensive is regardless all night, but offensively turned into the hot pocket, hitting him almost back-to-back in multiple possessions, which was much needed because this Portland team was on the verge of danger zone of no return. But no thanks to Dallo, we've got a tie ball game.
You're right about that, as Gonzaga had gone up by 9, but they were able to flip it around. They're on a 6-0 run, and 3 threes in a row for Flo Dallo. And prior to the break, the foul on Z Alcuso, so she goes to the line. I think she's been a difference maker for them running the point. It's been a really tough evening for Betancourt. She's been in foul trouble all night, so they've needed some experience handling the ball. I think she's done a good job.
And Z's done a particularly good job at pushing the pace on made baskets and getting to the free throw line.
Gets the free throws. And 11 points for her. And the lead back to the Zags. Hoping to get a share of the WCC title with LMU.
Is LMU just sitting at home right now, biting their fingernails?
Oh, what a win on the road. It is not easy to go into Gill Coliseum. The win in overtime over Oregon State. I'll tell you, they could be in the house. Maybe they took the drive up from Corvallis, so they could be in here. We haven't seen them yet, but what a win. What a game. And I think it's just kind of a foreshadowing of what the WCC tournament's going to be like coming up at the Orleans in Vegas. The shot clock is winding down. Good look, though, from Anderson, but it won't fall. First 3 rounds fairly set for now. Again, these final games kind of determining the seeding. As you see, first rounds, Washington State will be a 9-12 seed for Seattle, St. Mary's, San Diego, Pacific's an 8. Then you get rounds, you get bye rounds as you go along, and obviously these teams want to get some rest as best they can.
The Portland wins, though.
Yep.
Right, they're battling between those 5 and 6 seeds.
Teaching in the 5th as another turnover, trying to make it into Whitaker. That's turnover number 22.
This is what we've seen this Portland team do to the Zags tonight, is get them sped up. That was an easy convertible bucket. And at times when they've gotten there, Whitaker's been able to finish, and it's easy money, but
great for the Pilots there. It looked like an open layup. Dallo on the attack. This time a layup. After 3 threes in a row, she's got 11 points all this quarter. Foul in the inbound, a little too aggressive.
it's been the Dallo show, and it's no surprise for one of the most competitive players that Coach Meek talked to us about at shoot-around is Dallo. She shows up on both sides of the court.
Part of the building, so he's really enjoyed building this team, and he's got a nice group. He's almost too nice. Dallo's got a little fire in her. I like it.
And she's playing the 5 right now. He talked about because of injuries too, right? She plays the 2, she can play the 3 or the 4, but then she can slide to that 5 position. She's guarding Whitaker right now.
They had just called foul number 4 on Ananiev, and now a body bump gives her her 5th. Oh. You can't have that, and she's going to have to go sit and watch the rest of this one. 2:25 left. That's tough.
That's a tough break, especially because her length has been a big factor tonight for Portland on defense.
It certainly has. Barbosa will check in. Here you'll see
Z, great job attacking the hip. Make the refs call the foul, because you get bumped out of bounds, they've got to call that. Don't shy away from the contact.
Yeah. Ananiev leaves the game for Portland. 15 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. She had a couple blocks in there as well. She's been big on the defensive end.
And Barbosa subs in, so you don't have a slack defender coming in. You lose a tiny bit of height, but you still have a tremendous defender, and also someone who can knock down the 3.
But a smart play and a heady play by Alcuso. And she's got 13, perfect from the line, 7 for 7. So 7 of her 13 from the stripe. She's been really aggressive. Just little over 2 minutes left in this one. The corner, good look, knocked the floor. Anderson wanted the foul, but instead gets helped up by Whitaker. Whitaker's always got that helping hand after she's knocked it to the court. I love it. I like her demeanor in her first season. She's pretty calm and cool considering how physical and how many defenders she has coming at her at once.
Yeah, Coach Fortier talked to us about Betancourt, Turner, and Whitaker being that kind of triangle leadership, the three of them, and also the youth of learning how to lead, and that's probably a big growth area for Whitaker, is learning how to lead with her squad, not getting frustrated at times. And tonight we haven't seen the frustration. She's been pretty cool as a cucumber.
Yeah. It's wanted a turnover. Instead, they'll give it back to the Zags. Almost the takeaway there. Get it across the midcourt. 2 minutes left in the game. And there's the takeaway with the active hands once again. And a collision across midcourt.
Portland turning that defense into offense and then inadvertent just take, I don't know if that's called a tackle. Do you get a tackle for that?
Maybe, yeah. I think you should. Minute 52, 2-point Gonzaga lead. And a chance to share the regular season title on the line. Lefty layup though, not going away. That's Laney Spear with the bucket.
Great play, the fake handoff there to get Whitaker to bite just enough to turn the corner.
15 points for Spear and almost another turnover. Instead, blocking foul on the Pilots. And this crowd not happy about it.
Spear, watch the fake handoff, just gets Whitaker to bite enough and then does a great job turning quickly on that drive left.
And for Spear, that is number 5 on her, Leja. So she's gonna have to go and watch the rest of the way.
It's always that balance between aggressiveness and fouling, and we've seen them not strike it throughout the game at times, especially starting that third quarter where there was just some ticky-tack fouls that are now coming back to cost them.
15 points, 4 boards, 4 assists.
It's very reminiscent of this team next person up, because that's what they've had to do all season long with the amount of fouls they had. Coach Meek talked about knowing this would be a growth year for this squad, and then the injuries on top of it was like, all right, there's more growth. Next person up, next player up.
Yeah, they've had to do it all season long. First free throw good. And gets them both. Whitaker with 19 points and 8 rebounds. And the Zags with the 2-point lead. Fighting off some full court pressure. Zimmerman, who's come in for Spear, who just fouled out. Shot clock to 5. Anderson squares it up. Well, she's had some good looks. Dallow crashing the glass, trying for the jump ball. And they'll say, yep. They'll jump in and the possession goes the other way.
Great job, Dallow, of course. Who is it? Dallow on the boards, almost securing an offensive rebound for the squad. Does lead to a tie-up, which is important to think about possession now.
Yeah.
Zags do get that one, but next time we'll be going Portland basketball.
Yeah, good point. With a minute 2 remaining.
And if it comes down to a foul situation, you can try to tie them up in order to steal that possession back.
Get it into Turner with a minute left. Pilots need a stop. Zags would love a little cushion. They have not had a field goal in over 4 minutes.
It's been the story of tonight, the themes of stretches.
Scoring droughts, shot clock to 5. So mid-range jumper gets it. 15 points for Alcuso and the 4-point lead. So 2-possession game now with just 36 seconds remaining.
It's also been the theme of the night is Z taking over the game in key moments, getting to her spot, putting the team on her back.
Hit the road, Jack.
Hello to Sargento 100% natural American cheese. Taste the difference of 100% natural American cheese.
And don't you come back no more.
Sargento, a promise you can taste.
This is the one.
What about adding an addition?
We need to check the zoning. Plans? I added a contingency. Upgrade needed? Mm-hmm. Property line ends here. Clemson's back on. Let's sign.
Sunday showcase doubleheader. Wemby and the Spurs, they've won 11 straight. They're going to square off against Jalen Brunson and the Knicks at 1 Eastern. And then Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, and the Nuggets, they host Ant-Man and the Timberwolves. Ernie, Kenny, Charles, and Shaq get it all started at 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. NBA on Sunday. We've got a good one here. 36 seconds remaining, and Portland will have the inbound down by 4. What a game. What a finish to the regular season. No surprises. It has just been a battle all season long. The parity, incredible. And on the inbound, a whistle and a foul. Now Gonzaga with 3 team fouls, now 4 team fouls. They had 1 to give still, but foul on the inbound, and I'm sure the team's saying, we didn't need to do that right there.
No, that's ideal. Well, I mean, ideal would have been to score the bucket, but I love the play for Dallo. We saw her like do that swim move, rip off. They clear out the entire other side. Probably going for a quick 2 here. Plenty of timeouts, still time to come down, set up your defense, or they could foul.
SMU has clinched the top seed, the 1 seed, because of tiebreakers, but it would be a share of the regular season if Gonzaga can finish this off with the win. Picking up the dribble.
Great defense by the Zags.
Sure
Huge
was.
defensive possession.
Forces the timeout.
And all that time off the clock versus a quick score, then they can come down and play defense.
Right about that. So big D by the Zags. They've got 3 timeouts remaining.
And you force Gonzaga to burn one of those timeouts.
Sure do. And now Portland just with 1 remaining.
Portland,
Yep. 2 possession lead for the Zags. Trying for win number 23. They've won 8 of their last 9 games coming into this one. Just 3 losses in conference play. All 3 losses were on the road. Coach Meek, gotta be happy about a lot of things his team has done in this one. Maybe some momentum for them. No matter what happens, I think they can take into Las Vegas for the WCC tournament.
Absolutely. He said there's not a team in the conference right now that he doesn't think that they can play with. There's no unbeatable team for this Portland squad.
I'm with him on that. Let's see, possession arrow to Portland. Inbound to Dallo, and she gets bumped. She'll go to the line.
Dallo's so good at changing direction, using her body, and hunting the physicality.
Foul's going against Hale, her second, but Flo Dallo, the redshirt sophomore from New Zealand, out with the ACL, didn't play last year. It actually occurred at the end of the 2024 season. And just kind of one of those scrappy, tough players at 6'2", but quickness and ability at a guard spot.
She's hard to guard off the ball. She's got the swim move action. She likes the contact. She's going to meet into you.
Missed the second free throw, but keeping it alive was Ella Zimmerman.
Ideal situation for Portland. They're getting to stop the clock and get possessions at the free throw line. Zimmerman is out. Great job by Mogul tipping it. Zimmerman's out on the three-point line. You've always got to have a body boxing out every single player.
Incredible hustle by Zimmerman as Betancourt picks up her 5th. So that'll do it for her tonight. Tough outing for her, 4 points, 5 boards, couple of assists. Just not her night for the senior. Is the first one good for Zimmerman? Gotta love those hustle plays. And this is the second. And a big rebound by Whitaker. And Gonzaga will advance it. Up by 2. 17.4 on the clock.
Huge Whitaker rebound.
Big second half for Lauren Whitaker.
She's had a huge second half. She got loose a bit more as soon as Gonzaga figured out how to handle the pressure much better than in the first half. She found much more ability to get loose. They didn't have to pound the ball to her as much one-on-one and face that double team. You see these possessions. These are not her having to dribble, spin back. She got much more loose. And then a rare drive to the left there.
Yeah, she had just 7 points at halftime. And she's up to 19 right now. Just 1 rebound from her 17th double-double on the year. Flipping it around this half. Yeah, she looks much more comfortable out there in this second half. So they advanced the ball with 17.4 left. Portland got a foul, and they do after attempting the steal.
They do a good job using Whitaker to screen for Turner, and then she just spins back, so it's basically like a post-up where you can catch the ball there. It's a secure base. You can get the ball into your star player, put her at the free throw line. That's who you want shooting right now.
Whitaker 3 of 5 from the stripe tonight. She's an 81% free thrower on the season. These are big ones here. Oh, and pushed that one just a little bit much. I could tell when she released it.
Broadcaster jinx?
Yeah,
Oh no!
I know. Make at least 3-point lead and does here. And the final timeout for Portland will allow them to advance it. And they have been very good behind the 3-point arc tonight with 10 made threes. And they need a 3-point play here, one way or the other. So they call the timeout. They'll bring it across. This is what is on the line. The share of the regular season title for the Zags and that 5th seed in the tournament for Portland.
Looks like they just subbed in Bryn Smith too, so I'll be curious what they drop. You need all your shooters in at this point in the game. Gonzaga likely could possibly be switching everything at this point because the last thing you want to do is give up a 3-point shot, and you absolutely do not want to foul someone behind the arc at the 3-point line.
Yeah, great point there. You've got to play clean D if you're the Zags.
Or there's the school of thought where you foul, put them on the free throw line so they don't make a 3. You see that much more in the pro game than you do in the college game, but that's one ability when people can score at a high clip is like,
true.
I'm not even going to give you the chance to knock down a 3.
Yep. So see what the Pilots can draw up, and the defense by Gonzaga, which the finish of the second quarter and then the second half has been much more elevated. I think the defense for Gonzaga really kicked it up a notch.
If you want to be good in March, you've got to be able to get stops, and the Zags have been able to do that late in game. There was a tie game at one point where they just had 2 really good back-to-back possessions.
The drive, trying for the reverse, but a foul, they'll say, and Whitaker is stunned by the whistle.
Okay, they still go quick too with the drive baseline. You could find shooters on the outside. Another ideal situation for Portland, though, getting to the free throw line. Most importantly, stopping the clock with the ability to score.
The foul on Whitaker, and that's her 4th. I think she got her with her left arm at the last, from behind kind of. And so it will put Mogul to the strike. Gets the first. 77% free thrower. Gets them both. Perfect from the line. 7 points from Mogul, 4 of them coming from the free throw line. And so timeout called for Gonzaga. They'll have one remaining. They'll advance it. Got to try to get it inbounded and then
look to see if they do that same action with putting Turner and Whitaker in it, popping her out. Allie Turner, 95% free thrower. You always want the ball in Lauren Whitaker's hands. But if there's ever a time for the Portland Pilots to turn up that defense.
It's right now. Lisa Portier coaching her squad. You see Coach Meek keeping his team fired up as well, down by 1.
And the Zags need to know that there's no timeout. So even after the free throw line can kind of serve as a timeout if they foul here, but Portland's not going to take a timeout. They don't have one. So you have to continue to play right afterwards. You got to know there's going to be a quick transition.
Yeah, good observation on that. Not making it easy. Oh, a quick pass. Whitaker says, I already gave it away. I gave it to someone coming across. Foul, and that keeps quite a bit of clock. 8.3. You're right, they will not be able to advance it, so they can definitely bring it midcourt or all the way across midcourt.
Yeah, you've got these end-of-game plays that you practice, right? So you know, I don't know the name of what Portland's are, but you've got them in your back pocket for these situations. We don't have a timeout. Here's our action we can run. We know if we need a 2 or a 3.
Foul on Dallow, her 4th. First free throw good. Whitaker gets them both. 22 points and the 3-point lead. Last potential chance for the Pilots. Down 3. They got a quick one. Barbosa on the trail. Dallow has hit 3 of them. Number 4! Ties it up!
Oh my God, are we in March yet?
Oh my goodness, this crowd on their feet, and for good reason.
Beautiful execution. You can tell they practice and rep that. Oh my goodness. There was not many dribbles getting the ball up the court. Exactly the ball movement, the dive, and then Dallow trailing from behind. The player who's helped them come back, knocking down 3. She's been hot in the 4th quarter.
The player who was scoreless going into the 4th quarter now has 15 points, 4 of 6 behind the arc, and has tied this up with 1.9 on the clock.
Great pass from Barbosa. Really great play from Coach Meek. Beautiful execution.
It certainly was. You're right. No dribbles. I mean, that's like the drills that you practice.
Yes.
And practice is making things perfect, and it gets the crowd involved as well. This will be a big one. And again, no matter what happens here, what a game and what kind of momentum you can take into the WCC tournament. Wow, look at the differential in 3-point shooting. Incredible.
Wow. The difference between what Portland's done at the 3-point line and then what the Zags have been able to do inside in the paint has been night and day.
Yes. Different ways of getting it done. So they advance it. They'll have the inbound with 1.9. They get it in. Marcuso. Oh, gotta look. But the Pilots are pushing this one to overtime. We've seen a couple of them already today. We're going to see another one right here.
Not ready to go home yet. They had Whitaker on the backside, completely cleared out, but another player who's been hot tonight is Z. It's not a bad look at all. She's been great.
So one Zag has fouled out, Betancourt. You've got 2 Pilots that have fouled out, Ananiev as well as Spear. So that's tough to take, and a lot of players with 4 personals. So with 5 more minutes, we'll see who's going to be left standing and
who's got gas in the tank.
Right, who's got the energy left to get through this. But again, so much on the line at this point. A lot of pride for Portland on senior night. And they've had so many obstacles and adversity this year. And for Gonzaga, and again, both teams very young, very different teams from a season ago. But for the Zags, wanting to share that regular season title with LMU, and they're going to have to get it done with 5 more minutes.
And we said at the very top of the show that this Portland defense was not going to make it easy.
Yeah.
It was not going to be a cakewalk. There was a point in the 4th quarter where we thought it was the point of no return, but Portland stayed gritty. They stayed digging down, finally knocked down some 3-pointers. It was Dallo who really got them going. And then we've seen beautiful execution from both teams down the end of the stretch. Particularly Portland did a good job of getting to the free throw line and stopping the clock and extending the game. That's what you want to do when you need to create more possessions.
It was a big 3rd quarter for Gonzaga with 31 points, but that quarter, quarter 4, goes to Portland. They won it 22-17 to push it to OT. Thanks to Dallo's big 3 on the trail.
And Portland's turned over the Zags 23 times.
That's the only thing Lisa Fortier talked about with her keys. I mean, they've made their presence known inside. They've rebounded well. They have the advantage there. But taking care of the ball has really been the problem tonight. It's really been a problem all season if they have any kind of an Achilles heel.
Yeah, she talked about the moving screen sometimes, the looseness with the ball. She'd love to see the turnovers be more aggressive, trying to throw it inside or head to rim, point to post.
Yeah.
Not the kind of lackadaisical ones.
So overtime underway. Cuso, again, another similar look to what we saw in the 4th quarter. Whitaker coming in from behind down low, but off the mark. .24 turnovers for the Zags. Mogul kicks it out. Anderson gets it. She's had a lot of those tonight. They were falling early in the game, and then she struggled as of late, but a big one right there.
And a great space to the corner, moving without the basketball, giving her passer an open window.
15 points for Nicole Anderson, the grad transfer from SMU. Turner. And Pilots wanted a foul on Whitaker. Instead, they'll say out of bounds, and it's going to stay with them.
Mogul's dribbling up top. No one's moving. The help comes right there. Turner, what does Anderson do? She moves without the basketball, so when Turner's head is turned, she gets open in the corner.
Yeah, really heady play. Taryn Gardner in for the Zags. And down, and the swat from Dow almost got a takeaway.
There's that running jump to Turner.
Be careful with foul accumulations, though. Whitaker inside, one-on-one, big D from Zimmerman. And Dow will push.
Great job making Whitaker turn left.
3-point lead for the Pilots. And back-to-back threes. Anderson looks to her teammate, says, oh yeah.
Same spot, that one comes off a flare screen.
18 points for Nicole Anderson. 2-possession lead.
Anderson's one of those scorers who can really heat up when you need that player offensively. This is a defensive-minded team, but Anderson can create her own shot.
Married in the off-season, formerly Nicole Rodriguez. And working on her masters. There's extra effort on the inside, and the finish by Taylor Smith. She's got 12 points.
Zag's got to dig in and get a stop here.
Anderson picks it up. Good patience by the Pilots. Mogul trying to lose Gardner. Little jumper around and drops.
Great patience and poise right there. Taking her time. It was good one-on-one defense. That just ended up being better offense.
9 points for Mogul. Whitaker tied up momentarily, but a foul call going against the Pilots.
Henderson 3 in the corner. This time Zimmerman with the subtle flare there, just enough to get Turner off of her line. Great pass from Mogul too, right on time, on target. Back-to-back threes.
And that foul going against Dallow. That is her 5th. That's tough to watch. She will have to sit, but how about 15 points, 7 boards, and 3 steals? Some 5 personals. That'll bring Bryn Smith in for the Pilots. 3 players out with 5 fouls now. First free throw good for Lauren Whitaker. 23 points, chance to add to it. Get some 2:05 left in the game.
I gotta take a deep breath.
I know. What a game. Exactly the way you want a season like this to finish up. Good look from Smith, can't get it. Good hustle from Barbosa, another chance. With a 4-point lead and just under 2 minutes left. Pirates trying to be a spoiler. Oh, big defense. Kuso with the steal. The tip from behind, and the Pilots come up with it. They just don't give up on a play.
Yeah, a huge stop by the Zags, but no, that's what Portland does. They found a second, third, fourth gear maybe here in this overtime. We saw them in that 4th quarter. Lacking a little bit of that energy, the tank getting low, but the people coming in off the bench have really picked it up.
They sure have. 4-point lead, and Gonzaga needs to stop. Shot clock to 2, Mogul. Hearing the crowd, gets the shot off. Whitaker brings it down, and we're under a minute left in the game, and it's a 2-possession lead for Portland. Turner trying to find an opening. Oh, beautiful, up and under, the head fake, and then the layup.
Great job keeping her dribble, gnashing along the baseline, and then the step through.
She's got 15 points. It's finally getting it across. Whistle and a foul up top. Turner attacking right off the bucket. Great job right here. Gets Zimmerman up, and the step through. Zimmerman switches under her because when you gnash along the baseline, the big is naturally going to take you up and follow you along. And then just does the classic beautiful up and under with the post player. Allie Turner has really had to work hard to find her openings tonight. She's got 15 points. She's not hit a 3. First free throw good for Zimmerman. Ella Zimmerman, a sophomore. Extends the lead. Back up to 3. This is a big one here. And she gets it. 2-possession game once again. And a timeout called by Gonzaga. Will take the timeout with 35.9 remaining in overtime. WCC tournament at the Orleans. Big reason though, Flo Dallow, 4th quarter was all about her. She was scoreless up until the point she hit her first 3, now 4 for 6, and at one point she hit 3 of them in a 2-minute span. She's now on the bench, but the squad is holding it down without her. Big reason why they were able to come back. Stayed so steady and poised, and then it was this one that was the biggest shot of the game, perhaps, off the free throw. Portland Pilots have no timeouts, but they executed perfectly, and Dallow stepped up and knocked it down. If I'm a coach, I'm stealing that play from Coach Meek. I'm just telling you, I'm writing that one down. 35.9, and it's a 2-possession game. Plenty of time left for the Zags. Muscling it up, and an and one. Big play from Whitaker. Ideal for the Zags to get the ball down low to Whitaker. Go to your key player, stop the clock. The and one is a bonus. See Zimmerman with a little too much contact. Zimmerman's so strong. Zimmerman's been big off the bench. 7 points all from the free throw line. 7 of 8 from the stripe, but this time picks up her 5th personal. And so now the Pilots will have to bring in Julia Dalen. She's not played this entire game. The freshman from Centralia, Washington. She's been dealing with the lower leg injuries, but they're going to bring her in with 30 seconds remaining. And Whitaker gets the 3-point play. And it's just a 1-point lead, so Portland calls the timeout. Double-double for Whitaker, her 17th on the season. Leading all freshmen in the nation in that category.
I'm surprised Portland still has players to play, right? I mean, they're deep in the bench at this point.
They really are. 4 players that have fouled out and multiple players that have been out due to injuries this year. And so Coach Meek has had to go deep into the bench. His team's got the 1-point lead. They'll bring it in front of their bench.
0.5 difference, so you have to either foul, you have to turn them over. So for the Zags, looking for them to potentially trap the first possession, try and force a turnover. You don't have to foul right away, but you don't want too much time to go off the clock. Portland has to take care of the basketball.
So they bring Dalen off now. And they're going to bring in off the bench. Talk about going deep into the bench. Monahan's coming in now. We have not seen her. Caitlin Monahan, redshirt freshman, 14 in white. So a quick foul.
So Zags go quick foul. They don't want to waste time with traffic. They're like, extend the game.
29 left. Whitaker comes back on. And to the free throw line, Nicole Anderson. And bringing a lot of offense and punch off the bench. She had 7 starts earlier in the season, got the start tonight.
And no timeouts for Zags, so you find yourself in the same position on the opposite end. This free throw goes in, no timeouts. You've got to run your play to get a bucket here. You don't necessarily need a 3, you've got some time.
And you know they're going to face this pressure, and they do, but you're right. Shot clock off. Title on the line, high to low, a takeaway by the Pilots. And the Zags needed to foul quickly, and they will. It's Gardner with the personal. Crucial
to run
free throws right here.
Play there. And that's where Dalen's length comes into play there. Is able to guard Whitaker and have a bit of strength. You see Whitaker's trying to catch the ball over the length of Dalen, like she's blind for a second there, watching it fall.
I like that they brought her back in, not able to really run up and down the court.
Yeah, they subbed her offense, defense, so take her out and then
put
her back in on the side where you need her length and her shot blocking ability.
Barbosa to the line. And gets the first. 3 for 3 from the free throw line, and the Pilots can feel it. With 14.3 left. Up by 4. Big one here. Gets them both. 5-point lead for Portland. Drive.
Great quick score.
Tuso with 7.9 left. And an immediate foul, so still chances for the Zags. Not done just yet. 5th foul on Akuso. That's going to do it for her. What a game she's had, though. She really impressed me, especially second half. 17 points, 3 assists, couple rebounds, but really pushed the pace. I think really kind of brought the energy.
And she hit big buckets when the team needed it. It seems like she likes the moment. She enjoys the pressure. She gets the smile, smirk on her face, and she was fist pumping afterwards. And you need a player like her who can score one-on-one in moments where you just need a bucket. You need someone to make a play. And that was her tonight.
First free throw good for Ryan Mogul, a junior out of Happy Valley, Oregon. Misses the second. Zags need a quick bucket. Whitaker, the 3. Gets it to go, but not enough. So I think they're going to review, take a look at this just to make sure. If this sticks, though, Leja, it's an outright tournament championship, or conference regular season championship for LMU.
Whitaker right here knocking it down. It's all cosmetic at this point.
Yeah, so no doubt it went in and there was
LMU
time.
extremely happy at home right now.
And senior night, a good one for the Pilots, the spoiler. And wiping away the share of the title from Gonzaga. They get the win, and they'll take the momentum going into the WCC tournament. What a win for Portland tonight. Take a look at the standings. That keeps Gonzaga below LMU. Congratulations to LMU. They are the regular season champs in the WCC. They will be the top seed. Portland hangs on to that 5 spot. Oh, that tournament's going to be fun.
Ooh, Gonzaga not able to pull it out, but I imagine they'll have a chip on their shoulder after this loss.
No doubt about it. Dallow, huge fourth quarter, and the Pilots with the biggest win of the season. That's going to do it for us. From Portland, for Leja Clarendon, I'm Chris LeBlanc. Once again, the final. In overtime, Portland 92 and Gonzaga 91. All games airing on ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. Thanks for being with us, everybody. Can't wait to see you in Las Vegas. It's tournament time in the WCC. Good night.